Let me get to talking. Let me get to talking, and after my talk, like always, I will open the phone lines so that we can engage. Now, I want to. Uh, Sorry for that break. Anyway, at edit post number 3. What have I? What is there on post number 3? None there is. It's okay. Let's get moving. So, like I was saying, that I want those UPND members, because, and some of those people who are saying, remember they were saying that you, okay, you limbana vipawa, usasipa usali, try again. Yeah. So I want those UPND and other people that were saying, I mean, things are bad everywhere, and you are saying things are bad everywhere. So how come today you are saying Hakainde Hichilema is bad? That is what I want to touch on today. I want to touch on that issue. I want to give you the difference between Hakainde Hichilema and Edgar Chagwa Lungu. I want to give you the difference. And I want you to know that from my point of view, UPND is gone. The only thing that is remaining is the people of Zambia to take an action. These videos that I'm making these days for 20 hours is to you to take action. Me, I know I'm going to be jailed, but the only way you are going to honor me and Zambia is to make sure that you take action in 2026, or if we are going to have elections earlier, because it is possible for us to have elections earlier. I mean, we determine, we are the Zambians, we are the ones that made the constitution. The constitution did not make Zambians. We Zambians made the constitution. So if we want, we can actually decide to have elections earlier. And if we can have elections earlier, it's even better, because then some of us will not take long in prison. We know we are destined for jail. So our hope is in you Zambian people to take action to make sure that we can have an election even earlier. If we have elections even earlier, we kick out President Hakainde Hichilema because he has failed. And I was just even thinking about this. Somebody, was talking to me, and he made me remember this, that actually even most of the MPs are gone. Really, if you look at the members of parliament, our UPND, how many really are standing politically? Many of them, they are dead politically. They are moving corpses. They are dead politically. They are not going anywhere. They are dead. And they are dead. Some of them, they are actually good MPs. But Hakainde Hichilema is going to make them lose elections, because most MPs, this term has been the worst for members of parliament. It has been the worst. Not that most of these members of parliament are bad, no. But because of the bad policies of Hakainde Hichilema, nama MPs bale moneka useless. Ama MPs bale moneka useless muma nanikano, muma communities. Bale moneka useless muna ndo wako Hakainde Hichilema. This very CDF that he has brought at CDF, and yet they are not giving the total amount at the right times. It has caused problems in the constituencies. There are problems in the constituencies. When you hear Hakainde Hichilema Baleta Kisha, CDF, like he has done what? No, he has actually messed up most MPs, because it is difficult for them, to implement those projects using the CDF, because that CDF of Hakainde Hichilema, it doesn't go on time. And even when it goes, it doesn't go according to what they want. Some of you who have done budgets, when you do a budget to say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it tomorrow. And if that money doesn't come tomorrow, tomorrow is Thursday, it comes on Friday, it is already an inconvenience. And then when it comes on Friday, instead of coming 1,000 kwacha, it comes 500 or it comes 300. It makes things so bad. Unless we have a budget, but kuri ifo kalamba, us who make budgets, we do understand what it means when you don't receive the money at the right time, or when you don't receive the money, that the amount that you expected. So there are a lot of problems in the constituencies, and I'm sure those who are in the constituency development, in the community development committees, they are able to agree with me that there are problems in the constituencies. Hakainde Hichilema has created problems with his bad policies. They lie that no, they are giving money to the communities, they are decentralizing. Unfortunately, that money doesn't reach to the communities. So you are busy today, you are busy boasting around. The news was flying around. Hey, Hakainde Hichilema has employed 300, whatever. bushaimwe mulemona kwati inchitofe ni mu health ni mu public service fye inchito ni shima teachers fye na ma health workers chapwa imwe ba UPND imwe mulemona tinchito ni bu teacher fye na bu nurse inchitofe chapwa. Because you are busy talking and boasting about, hey, we have employed people. You are just ama teachers, nama nurses, chapwa. Kwali baba nanikani, ba extension officers, kwali ba vet, ama veterinarians, kwali baba pharmacists. I mean, there are a lot of people that needs to be employed. Kwa sababu ba accountant, kwa sababu ba business administrator. There are a lot of professions. So this nonsense of just keep on, wakule kafye pali 300 health workers awale bomba kuna nikane ku COVID. Is that your development? Ala na mufirwa bane. Na mufirwa, and most of you MPs mulea. Look at Lusaka. Look at Lusaka. Mulenje bati baimbe kuti babwekera mu Lusaka Central. Mulenje bati baimbe bakabwekera mu Lusaka Central. Baimbe na abaya. Nabaya balide limushishiro shinshabu minister kaiti bale for a double niba minister of justice niba minister of labor minister of foreign affairs balide limo because Lusaka Central tabaka itambe. And if anything Lusaka Central, I might actually contest Lusaka Central myself. Ngashaka be muchifungo, I might contest Lusaka Central. So baimbe muipekanye ndeisa mukumirongesha mu Lusaka Central. Ndeisa mukumirongesha mu Lusaka Central. Nganamona ifo chaba, tukamona ifo chikaba. Ngankaba mu prison nishimwa shuka. But nganshaka wefe mu prison au mukalonga. Elo pali bu presidency tufile tontonkanyepo bwino sana tutontonkanyepo elo tontonkanye fast tuipose nchitabane. Tuipose nchita ine nchilefane fagwa tintambukola pita mumbali ndeba politically strategic. The point is that I think Lungu, Lungu is the only one who is sold. Whoever we have to put there, we will have to start selling him and whatever. So I tend to have a shape for Lungu. Naimoba Lungu, chinchile niko tampenu kuikwangkwanya, tampenu kuichita prepare to catch store shani, bali minyunyi na my elections. They store your election in 2021. You need to make sure that in the next election, they don't steal elections from us. So, in Empalwandifia, I'm not part of Uka, when I study side Uka, but I mean, you know, Edgar Lungu is already sold out. I know you can come up to say, no, I support Mundu. Yeah, but I think we are better off having Edgar Lungu. I win my elections. Then we work out on the constitution. Then 2031 tukese ingira monomba bonse tukachite compete. Ine mwandi ndechita propose to all opposition that let us rally behind Edgar Lungu. Let Edgar Lungu run ka one term akatupokereko ngatupokerako then kula kuside kututwai we start fighting. I'm not saying this that Edgar Lungu is funding me. Edgar Lungu is no, I'm not. I'm just saying this out of reason because I think it is obvious that Edgar Lungu is already sold out. He's a sold out candidate. He's already known. Ukuri concept yo naba muishiba. Na ku Southern Province naba muishiba. Ero nabamo bakala bakwati at least aliko wino because they have seen. And this is where I come in to tell you about the difference between Edgar Lungu and the Hakainde Hichilema. First of all, I want to buttress the point that globally there is a challenge in terms of prices. Prices have gone up. Prices have gone up because when you look at the oil, the price of oil, it has gone up. It has got nothing to do with HH. Agreed. When you look at issues relating to fuel, relating to fertilizer, and other things, really, they are not dependent on HH. This is a fact. Whether HH and Ndonga prison, whether Tandonga prison, it is a fact. However, there is a point that we need to take. There is a point that we need to take. And the point that we need to take is what Hakainde Hichilema himself was saying. It is not the issue of climate. It is not the issue of global. It is the issue of leadership. But Hakainde Hichilema has failed on leadership. That's where he has failed. Not that Edgar Lungu did the best. Edgar Lungu had his own weaknesses. But when you look at Hakainde Hichilema and Edgar Lungu is better. Therefore, mungu mkewino wino sana itenko na bambi mwikale pamoso mwikale taken if puna panish so that tulansha nyebino wino. I want to give you why Edgar Lungu is better than Hakainde Hichilema. I want to tell you. Itenko na bana msonda po bese bomfueko. Therefore, the difference between Hakainde Hichilema and Edgar Lungu in terms of leadership. I'm not talking about them, whatever. I'm talking about leadership here. So yes, we have got challenges, admitted. We have got challenges, admittedly so. We have got challenges. But you have to remember that these challenges have not started today. We had challenges even during the time of PF. During the time of PF came into power at the backdrop of the El Nino. This very El Nino what we are talking about. We had El Nino. During the time of RB and PF came in, PF also was greeted by El Nino. Apart from that, PF had challenges of economic meltdown. Economic meltdown, which brought the copper prices to go down very low, very low. Those were challenges. We don't have economic meltdown now. But PF had economic meltdown, and by that time it was actually Basata. But Edgar Lungu was taking over, when things were a little bit not so good, which made Edgar Lungu to withdraw. If you remember, Basata started massive infrastructure development. Okay, he started massive infrastructure development. When Edgar Lungu came in, he had to cancel some of the projects which were below 80%. Because at that time we were facing economic meltdown, we were also facing the drought that we are talking about. And Basata was borrowing money. This borrowing that we talk about, that borrowing. What was the purpose of borrowing? The purpose of borrowing was for developmental projects. It was for developmental project. So, by UPND, got us huge propaganda. They have got a very good propaganda, which makes PF look like fools. Like by PF, they were borrowing money just to go and dance, party after party. But no, the economic, the projects, the debt contraction which Basata entered into, because mostly Basata entered into those debts because of the massive developmental projects that he had embarked on. And he had embarked on those economic development based on the good economic indicators that we had. When PF came into power, everything was going right. Our GDP was growing at about 7.2. 7.2. And that is when Basata engaged in borrowing money, Ayama Eurobond and whatever, because the economic outlook, if interfere moneka wino. Unfortunately, things turned around because of the economic meltdown and, of course, the drought that we started experiencing. And so when Edgar Lungu was coming in, he found this trouble. We are borrowing too much, copper prices have gone low, we have got drought, we can't continue. We need to suspend some of these projects. And that is how a lot of projects were stopped at that time. Now, here already, you are seeing leadership. Here already you are seeing leadership. Edgar Lungu saw that he slowed down the developmental projects. He said, let's slow down. Let's slow down. In terms of drought, IMF, this issue that we are talking about here, IMF and whatever, they kept on coming. Okay, they were coming. Can we come in and help you? What was the response of Edgar Lungu? Edgar Lungu refused. Mwamona difference. Yes, nitana mashire kwela, tuambo shambo kula fula, inko ngole shire fula, and by IMF, we want to come in and help you. Okay? We want to give you a bailout package. Okay? And before na COVID Tayali, this is even before COVID came in. And Edgar Lungu refused. Why did Edgar Lungu refuse the bailout package? Even just when he came in, because this bailout package was there. Why did Edgar Lungu resist the bailout package? He refused the IMF program because IMF has always been wanting to control the economies of the country, and they come up with these proposals. But he refused. Why did Edgar Lungu refuse? Edgar Lungu refused because he realized that the IMF project was going to bring sufferings on the people, was going to bring suffering to the people. And already that is the difference that we have. Hakainde Hichilema has accepted the IMF projects. He has accepted the IMF projects. And these IMF projects are the ones that are now giving us harsh conditions. Now, some of you will say, no, PF had a lot of debt in terms of fuel. They were not paying because of the subsidy and whatever. You can argue like that. You can argue like that. But the issue is, HH has accepted the IMF projects to remove subsidies, and part of the IMF package is to allow some concession, tax holidays, some tax concessions on the mines. This is the IMF agreement. It's part of the IMF agreement. Allow mines to not to pay certain taxes, particularly some of these mineral royalties. Don't let them not pay. Let them not pay. Let them make profit, so that when they make profit, then they can increase investment. And when they increase investment, you will be able to produce more copper. And when you'll be producing more copper, then you can start taxing. That is what has been taught to Hakainde Hichilema. I hope you have followed up. Abasungu baishaye bati abena Zambia mwina abapela ama subsidies. Fumieni kwa ama subsidies kwisi. Fumieni kwa ama subsidies kuli fuel. Fumieni kwa ama subsidies kuli electricity. Fumieni kwa ama subsidies kuli fertilizer. Fumieni kwa ama subsidies kuli farming input. Mwamona? This is what IMF has said. Deprive Zambians of these benefits. Deprive them. And instead, give benefits to foreigners. So that when these foreigners make money, then the money they can invest it back into the businesses. On the other side, Edgar Lungu, when they gave him the same deal, Edgar Lungu and the PF actually started with Vasat. They refused. They said, no, mines have to pay taxes. And they even came up with a harsher policy. They came up with a harsher policy. What policy was that? The monies should be coming back into Zambia. They came up with a forex control. They introduced forex control. So that, mines were not allowed, for example, to take out a certain amount of dollars. And they wanted monies to be coming back. And they said, we are not going to give you tax refund until you bring back so much money. So when copper goes out, because ama mines, when they buy ama machineries, they are given back what is this excise duty. They are given back. But Chikwanda said, we will not give you that money until mwatwala kopa ya 30 million. Mpaka ile 30 million ya wera mu Zambia, that is when twala mpere mpia sheni. Ngata yuishire idia, ngata shishire shire ndarama, nisitwa mpere ama tax claims. We will not give you your tax claims. You have to bring back the money. Then when it comes back, then we'll give you the tax claims. And abasungu bali fulirwe ndeyibukisha. By that time I was running Zambian Voice. They even called me abasungu bali ishire para Intercontinental. And I'm one of those people that was called by Intercontinental to speak against the government. They were telling us to speak against the government. And if we speak against the government over that policy, they were going to give us funding. I agreed with Chikwanda. So, if you look at those policies ama policies yaba PF, ukutambira basata na Lungu, those policies, they favored the Zambian people. How did they favor the Zambian people? They refused to remove subsidies. They refused ukwebati ama foreigners they should not be paying taxes. They said no, they should pay the taxes. They introduced the taxes, even mineral royalties, they introduced it, they brought it. And they came in and they by Intercontinental Party. We were called by some of these Wazungus. And one of the embassies called us. They told me to organize radio stations to go to one of these embassies. We went there and they told us, no, you should speak against this. I told the people that I invited, because I'm the one that invited them, I told them, if you have a song, if I didn't quit that man. In simple terms, the PF, their policies were pro-Zambian, especially pro-poor. Amas policies yabo. The difference which is there now, the Hakainde, Hichilema, ama policies yabo, they are pro-Western. They are pro the rich. They are pro-capitalist. They are capitalistic policies. And this is where the difference is. So I agree with you. There are problems. We have problems now. The difference is that the government that we have, it is more inclined to the foreigners. It is not aligned to Zambians. If I were to ask you, what is this government doing for the Zambian people? How? What is it doing? What is doing? Don't tell me about social cash transfer. No. I don't need social cash transfer. You don't need social cash transfer. Social cash transfer is for the vulnerables. But you and I, the middle class, we need to survive. We need opportunities. And how do those opportunities come? Those opportunities come by government creating cushioning, some of these things. For example, cushioning fuel, cushioning electricity, cushioning, agriculture. So that tukuka, especially that we are having these challenges. So if we are having challenges, and then they are even grabbing the little that we have, things become even worse. So I hope you understand wino sana. In simple terms, if I can break it, I can simply break it to say, Hakainde Hichilema is pro-foreigner and the rich. Is pro-foreigner and the rich. Hakainde Hichilema kuba dibali wina. Ale afwa wina wanankwe. Ale afwa. Edgar Lungu on the other hand, ale afwa pina wanankwe. Pandu wakucha wama alishwa uchushi. Hakainde Hichilema bena basungu balyanomba basungu balanda na basungu munanga bakubona n'abasungu ofuumfa uno Hakainde Hichilema eko bakukira imwe mwabena Zambia Hakainde Hichilema tapali ichenu kufuma kuri Hakainde Hichilema tapali chinshi chilipo nangu mwilishanya shani Hakainde Hichilema tabakonfwe ero ndeme batabakonfwe ala tabakonfwe Hakainde Hichilema. And because of that, whilst yes we have these challenges, because of the attitude of Hakainde Hichilema, iya kutemwa bawina banabo we are in problems, and we are going to suffer, and we are going to suffer more. We are going to suffer more. So a difference ba Edgar Lungu vena valasakamana abantu nga ama policies ya vale tondoka nganga twachitefinga abantu nganga twachitefinga abantu Hakainde Hichilema vena vapenda fema figures ya mwela. No, we will start producing 3 million metric tons, then we will be collecting so much, then whatever ama figures yaba mumutwe aba mumwela. Meanwhile abantu balechula ekimo kinene bagari nkombo nabo baba mumutwe. You know, he thinks about the rich, he doesn't think about the poor. And no, it's okay to demolish whatever. It is okay. No, because it was a court order. Who went to court? Who got whatever injunction? Who is this one? Who is this one, by the way? Who is the owner of that Munyaure market? Who is the owner? Who is the owner? And you'll be shocked that the person that has gotten that land is not even Zambian. We have many situations where foreigners have broken a number of houses. A number of houses. We even have this minister. This minister, my namesake, Frank Tayali. Because who would take Wawa winner? Abapina, you have no space. Abapina, they will just come and run you over. It doesn't matter. They will just run you over. Kuisa kupita pofie. Bakunyanta pono kukunyanta po. Tapali ofodi. Ngoli mpina muteko wa Hakainde Hichilema. Tapali ichobe. That's why abamama nankera marketeers nama street vendors bale bachita kwati. Bale batwita kwati nimbwa. Bale batamsha kwati nimbwa. Imbwa na yoyi dia pena. Kutamba pe fusek. They don't care. Ngachako bati bagani nkombo bali ba serious nefo ba nama policies yawo nga batampeto wa forest 27 bali nandire uko bati ngabasa mpawa tukatoba nishita bali natobera. Why haven't they gone there kuba wino kya to man ukukumbi kuba bali batobera man aba iche bali batobera tumana nkano tuma booth bala bonse batobera tuma booth balabonse batobera otuntemba bushenichi bale chitashino nshiku finch bale. How are they surviving? Those people, how are they surviving? Do this government think about them? Do they ask, how these people are going to survive? No, they don't. Because for them it is for the rich. That is it. Hakainde Hichilema, they don't think about the poor. Ama mind imobali mpo kama subsidies instead bapela ma subsidies kuma foreigners eko bapela abawina abende bama mind ebo bapela ero ngati pama mind one day tukaliranda poiliriash ala mule umfuata ama mind baleshita bachakutana babika mu 250 shani mupani nabaleta shakutu one day tukaliranda iliriash. One day tukalirande lidash. Ndiye ama maini teba mufyalo baleshita. Myaba bene abena Hakainde Hichilema ebaleshita ama maini. So chino echalo Hakainde Hichilema nangu mule ilishanya chancha na mu 2026 tabalesa kamana because bene cyo balefa cha kwati nga bamekinya sho kwati basende fintu bakwata ma company vanonka tabasaka beno kusakamana ido bale kitaka mpenale me wakati Hakainde Hichilema ngawasa wa mpawa nomba ikawa ni privatization number 2 and file chitik kuma maini eko file chitikira but one day nkalirande liliash for today ndifo mwisho kokobati ubusano bulipali ba Lungu na ba HH wakobati ba HH bawirire kuba kankala. He has gone to the rich, he has gone to foreigners. Whilst by Edgar Lungu, he was more inclined, he was more sensitive to the sufferings of Zambians. But Hakainde Hichilema, he doesn't care. He just doesn't care. That is the difference Yes, if it don't have Shupa, but Hakainde Hichilema doesn't care about Zambians. So that is a difference. And when I'm saying we are better off with Edgar Lungu, Edgar Lungu kaina wakatoka experience. Na wakatoka experience, ero wakwete for one time. So at least ingawaisa kuti wachitako correct muliomo rufyenye. The truth of the matter is that if into ngafina chimiwa tifintu nafia pamulu. So we can't say Lungu wakesa kuwesha panisha. But what we can be rest assured of is that at least bakana chitako consider abantu. Ababa Hakainde Hichilema tebale chitako consider abantu. Echo ndebelo kwati Hakainde Hichilema bawetafire batashani baya. Nga baya twabika ku muntu kwete umutima Hakainde Hichilema umutima bakwata libwe umutima wali kosa wa Hakainde Hichilema. Mwakula Chilufya muzambio mundemi ba mwakula Chilufya ine ndemi papata mwe bantu ndemi papata ukweba Hakainde Hichilema tieni tubafunyepo tieni tubike po muntu akwati nakwata ko mutima panga twaloleshe tapali on demona echo ndela ndira Edgar Lungu but ngamamona po mukuti mwanje bana imwata batayali tieni tuyenole ine ishashupa ngamwaleto muntu ukwete mu substance. If you bring a person that is substantive, I will go with that person. I don't owe anything kuli Lungu. Yes, thank you very much Badindi Peter 20 pin iya kumfumia muchifungo, but I know he didn't pay that 20 pin so that I can campaign for him. No kolanda balanda ndekupere fiteko bati ndekuperera tule supporter. Opona temeno wako feromba imo Lungu cho mbitemeno eko. Panda mwe bene mwale ndonga, but echo mitemeno eko nomba. Chakwe bati, you have come to understand me. You have come to understand that abantu nga balelanda kumfwa. That is a big lesson that Edgar Lungu has learned. I'm sure nga babwekera ko Lungu. He will not take for granted. He will not take people for granted. He will listen to what people are saying. Because first Lungu amatuyali shinkika. Ngefine Hakainde Hichilema ya shinkike. No, since na bekara ko panchi, twali bekari ka panchi Lungu. Since na tubeka ka panchi, iyo bakabwera I'm sure amatui yakesuka bakana umfo ku bantu ba HH te umfo ku bantu ba HH ta umfo kuli wonzi echo nama MPs bene nama ministers bakala rushira because Hakainde Hichilema niba manonka ikwatire niba universal bena fiance bali fishiba takudi oko baya Hakainde Hichilema bambo kumfwa ukuli konzo ko baya Hakainde Hichilema bapera ma lectures because bali shishwa fiance. So imwe mama MPs ndivyo kumyeba imwe muleya muishibe ero unfortunately them pia tapadesho mwapanga you rely on utuma allowances utuma businesses takwaba. There are no business opportunities in Zambia. We don't have business opportunities. The people who have business opportunities, foreigners. Abachindi kwa Muzambia, foreigners. Kulia ku Zesco. Zesco is one of the big business institutions that contributes a lot in the economy, especially of the private sector. Zesco now deals mostly with foreigners. Big companies that are supposed to be working with Zambians, they deal with foreigners. Factories are not being built because Hakainde Hichilema, he doesn't even know. And this is another problem. Hakainde Hichilema doesn't know. I wanted to work with him so that I could maybe advise him where he could concentrate. Hakainde Hichilema doesn't even know where to touch. He doesn't know where to touch this economy. He doesn't. But he got a fake doctor, Pamulwele. You know, a fake doctor, wafala fedasta ko tulebe pati yo nyogo doctor. Ero wa sasa ngomulwele na walisha. Ero ba nesi wale kulosha but ale ni unda peni umuntu. You don't even know where to touch. If you believe Hakainde Hichilema, he doesn't know. Because na IMF nei balela ndapwe na yo ile afi mwalo. Ero babika pono ufi. Wafi wakwata Hakainde Hichilema babika pono ufi. Baya kunchwara yo uyu musebo tukachitalo mbalino uli omusebo balenda pati bakawamya bushe mu budget muwawa tawa mu budget so indala mashikafu makwi bafumapo yo China na India ebashiriko okusaina na basaina nga bali saina nishtafire monekere efintu Hakainde Hichilema babira tibali saina nga bali saina. Why are things not moving? Bazede NBC na wawa joina kuli propaganda ya bufi at Zambia is going to be the fourth biggest economy in southern region. Hello, what are you talking about? How many countries are in southern region? How many countries are in southern region? Can you compare our economy? Our economy is nothing. Look at South Africa. Look at Angola. Zambia will be fourth. You know, creating an impression to a person that like Zambia is fourth in the country, and yet you are talking about 31 billion. 31 billion, and at the moment that 31 billion is not even there. It's not even there. Barely 26, 27 billion. Mwingala pangira pwechongo. Bazede NBC. 26, 27 million. 20 billion. Mwingala pangira pwechongo. But you come up, Zambia is going to be the fourth in the region. What is that? What is that? Below even 50. A GDP which is less than 50 billion. You bring it on news to hoodwink people to say Zambia is doing well. Echo muleila, echo UPND leila. Mwebena Zambia kane nyubufi. Echo ndefo kumieba. Number one, mukano ufu wa Hakainde Hichilema. Mwisumina kwa tiba Hakainde Hichilema bake sewe po ufu ma elections. Mwisumina. I mean, ni ishinaimo mwa pundu kashani. How naive can you be? How indoctrinated can you be to come and accept the lies of Hakainde Hichilema again? What will Hakainde Hichilema come and tell us in the next election? What is he going to tell us? What is he going to talk about? So na ileisa. Katushinga nipa 15 pale wakesa mkulanda. Finch bakara ndam parliamenti. Efe bakara ndam parliamenti ba Hakainde Hichilema finch. Because he will be talking after past his halfway in the term. What is he going to say? What does he have to show for his presidency? What does this government has to show for their leadership? What do they have? They were busy boasting. If it's about leadership, there's no one who kalala lensala. Things will be cheap and what, all sorts of things. Elo tukese sumi na game ngo bati ba Hakainde Hichilema bakese tubepa. Kwati mwana kashichipuba. Umwana kashichipuwa wabepa. Lero bayisa bamubepa bamulya. Na mayiro bayisa bamubepa bamulya. Na mayiro bayisa bamubepa bamulya. Efo chika bana ifo. Chana kashichipuba. Chichitongo. Chichitongo because umwana kashuwa chenjera. Wamafele lumo imeaisa kubepa. Kwa awe yona hiyo. Chilishana. Fuako bambiu. Fuako bambiu demposa finchi. So imwe na Zambians mwe balesumina ubufu wa Hakainde Hichilema na lero. Chimuno kwati mwe ba chitongo. Mwali pwalala. Mwali pwalala. Because really you can't allow Hakainde Hichilema to continue lying. Hakainde Hichilema should be walking with his head down. He should be walking with his head down. Apatu Afrika. Bafiri bali inga fina bakonta mana panchi. Ubunga bae bela tibakisa wa 50 kwacha. Ubunga wabuli kunomba kuli 3 chakuchu. Wefika na kuli 400. Abantu bamumishi, mwe bamumishi. You rose up to vote for Hakainde Hichilema. Kufunyako ya jaba hivi. To vote for Hakainde Hichilema at fertilizer ikachipe. Fertilizer ilikwisi. Farming input na wea afe mwalo. They have failed to manage the farming input. Iyo zesko wale na zesko. Uliowa wako uliati mapane uli. Eba redi yafi. Vale yafi zesko yalu ikenomba kamfukwe. It's a milking cow where they just have to make money. That's it. There is nothing that is happening at Zesco. Nothing. There is nothing that is happening at Zesco. Ababantu n'abafirwa Hakainde Hichilema n'abafirwa mwebe na Zambia tamufiro konkanya pokula bepwana papata tamufiro konkanya pokula bepwa. You can't continue being cheated. You need to say no, enough is enough. So Hakainde Hichilema ngabale pita mwirapuna kunde mule punda fati insala kuya bebere insala kuya bebere insala kuya bebere. Let us kick out Hakainde Hichilema. There is nothing that we are waiting for him. There is nothing that is going to do. Ngana wafiro kuchita kali konso ko po baishire halfway na wafiro kuchita fusions. What do you think they are going to do? What do you think they are going to do? They will do nothing. So and why are we going to allow Hakainde Hichilema to continue lying to us? But apandela that Hakainde Hichilema, what you have to know is that niba nyera mkuiba my elections. Niba nyera mkuiba my elections. Mu 2021 bali vila my elections. But Hakainde Hichilema did not win with a landslide of 1 million. No. He did not win with a landslide of 1 million. Yenama votes here 1 million. Ayakufuma kuri 3 provinces. Yakuiba bale funtika mufi. And that's how even the number is that big. That's how even the number is that big. At no, opposition cannot rig an election. They were sophisticated. They had studied everything. They had brought experts. And these experts are still with them. So, electoral committee, if we have iya kuchita investigate, iya kuplan my elections, yakabako shani, you need to plan. You need to plan. You need to work on security especially. You need to work on security. Iya kweba nga fipoka tampeni kufa poka if ya kuyachita monitor my elections ukukwino ukubai pay kungo ukubai pay kungo southern province at least esheni koku making sure. Then let us make sure that the Rama figures in Garissa mule achita ko PVT voter PVC or PVT itampe kono mbaline. Start investing money in making sure that we safeguard the elections, because Hakainde Hichilema bakabepa and nangoba security win ni mwa muchita protect ama presidents. Don't accept Hakainde Hichilema to use you to perpetuate his power. Don't. Sana even you people are juniors. Because but you juniors, you should not accept that an illegal president maintains power. I'm not saying mutiny here. I am simply saying that let us respect our democracy. Don't allow them to continue being in power. Don't allow Hakainde Hichilema to lose an election and continue. Na imamuli bantu mulimena Zambia mwalikwata abana munafu abaku maskulu munafu abaliako nanikane ice cream mwalikwata abana abakashi munafu anawo bashita ku wigi yakwa nanikane yakwa Benilombe bashita ku wigi yakwa Benilombe munafu abashita ko utwa kufalo tusuma munafu amwekala ko wino ushena musekera muvo tureka ramuni Hakainde Hichilema. Why should you continue just like that? Preserve democracy. You are the pillars of our democracy. You are the pillars of our democracy. No president can be in power without you, the people in the security. It is you who protects governments. It is you, therefore, it is you who protects democracy. So protect democracy. Protect democracy in Zambia. Ama elections yale don't allow Hakainde Hichilema to rig. Don't allow ECZ to rig. ECZ, the Electoral Commission of Zambia at the moment, It is a rigging machine. It is not an independent body. ECZ is not an independent body. It is an electro rigging machine for Hakainde Hichilema. That's what it is. Where did you see Electoral Commission coming up refusing a nomination Yamundu? Because some of you say, no, you are lying. But the question is, where did you see ECZ refusing Mundu? I some mukuta fa a nomination vakana. Bali mukanine Bomani, bali mukanine Malanji, bali mukanine Patrick. Bali mukanine Patrick kuna nikane ku Eastern Province. Where did you see that? Those things don't happen. It is not the job of ECZ to start scrutinizing and turning away people. No. But it's happening now. And ECZ is now even allocating votes. They are a rigging commission. Electro rigging commission. That's what they are. Electro rigging commission of Zambia. That is what that commission has done for. And rigging for Hakainde Hichilema. We need to stop them. Open your eyes, all of you. Me, I'm talking to Zambians. All of you Zambians. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be a police officer. You could be whatever. As long as you are a Zambian, I'm telling you to say, open your eyes. Let us defend our democracy. Let us not allow an illegitimate president to rule Zambia anymore. Efondemi eva kuinerelo. Nalanda kandisura amafoni kuti mwatuma tapali ubwafya kuti mwatuma mwalanda natulanda natutotowero tuntu apa. So you can call in and lembeni number ule phone yenu kachinga ni phone kachinga ni pen. I want you to get this number so that you can call in. I want you to call this number. Pa WhatsApp na papa tani pa WhatsApp fi epo muletuma. Ilia imbi namba ya wakuli wakapokola bali senda bali iwa munganda wakapokola na mamba kalo kutuma. So but first we need ndefo ndande number before shila picking ama calls ndefo msende number ni 0763 302207. Ndewe keshapo number. The number, I'm going to repeat, the number that you're supposed to call is 0763 302207. 0763 302207. That's the number. Let's now pick the course. Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. This is Peter Kapamwe. I'm calling you from Chenge.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I just want I can like to ask the government to tell the nation where that 60 degree is, because when I quit that 60 degree, they have last regime was degree. So how it is? Is it still there or what? Is it still there or what? And not only that, I can also like to ask the European government to tell the nation where that calculator they were using in your position is. Is it still there?
Yeah.
And what time?
Yeah.
Then that the singer. Why that at the price of fuel at in our area, we are going to say we're going to celebrate that fuel has been reduced once Yabuela Okuchila Padi 17.67. Because we have left the price of fuel at 67. And today, for importance 9 kwacha, Yapo patents patents 9 kwacha at 4 now, Wesha. Atintu kuosha kwa UPND. And not only that.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? So the number that you are calling is 0763 302207. That is the number that you are calling. Please just call me on WhatsApp. 0763 302207. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes, yes.
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes, yes, go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, my network is not good. It's not much good. Akateka murera ndati kweuti ndivarivira election 2021.
Yeah, sir, nothing.
And they didn't have the gun. What more now they have the gun? Are you going to manage?
That's why I'm telling Zambians that Zambians need to wake up. Otherwise, they store elections. They store elections.
But I'm also a UPND. I'll be just watching.
No, indeed. Indeed, but maybe this time around you won't steal, don't worry. Zambians have opened their eyes. I'm working, that is my job, is to make sure that Zambians open their eyes so that elections are not rigged again.
Mr. Tayali.
Yes, Tawakeve number 10. Hello? Hello? At UPND have guns now. Those guns are carried by Zambians. One for my brother, those guns are carried by Zambians. And those Zambians who are carrying those guns, I'm sure they know the suffering that we are going through. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello, Mr. President. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Yes, I've been following your program. They were much Lalandrama President. At least Zambians, we open up our eyes. Because Mwandi, I wanted to find out about this 15 billion. You don't have any idea about that 15 billion?
15 billion at China.
China.
No, let me research on that. I'll come back on it. In M4 and there they think solidly. So I've not done a research on that. When I do a research, I'll come back to it.
Okay, my President.
I've seen my brother Mwenda talking about it, but let me research, find out some facts on it. I'll come back. Hello? 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 Can network takalemoneka buno sana. Hello?
Yes, Mr. President. How are you?
Fine, fine. Speak up. You are a young man. Speak up, speak up. Hello? 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 Shishani abantu. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Tayali, long time. How are you?
Fine, fine, thank you. Please go ahead.
How you been? It's okay.
What I just wanted to say, these press stingers, Batayare, they are just saying, they know to say that HH has failed. That's why they are doing that, because they just want to eat. They know to say that come 2026, you see, there is nothing that is happening so far. Mr. Tayari, there is too much anger, I'm telling you. If you go to Southern Province, you want to every day. Us from Lusaka now, we are the one who have budget to start sending families minimum. I'm telling you, it's something else. It's something else. We are tired. These guys, they really, to sell that maize, they really mess up this country. Thank you so much, Mr. Tayari.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Tayari, how much are you?
We don't from my own bed name.
I'm quiet. And then the Mafia. Nobody shall go back home when the opposition. I vote ruling party.
Ni Mozambique.
Apart from Zambia.
Mozambique. Inshire anda pama countries ambine ndera nda Mozambique. So your question taikweta mano tata. Ine ndera nda Mozambique. Ndera nda Mozambique ndefo ndera nda nefishinka ndera ndefo namwe notifya kusaba ira iyo. Bali pama elections ba UPND. Hello?
Watunguru chimuisani.
Bwina feshana imo.
Tuli bwino. Tumefuata tuchita continue kuisapota mwe mtungurushi nokumikosha. Ndera ndati ama voti tabaye ibire takwete fishinka mwakwete fishinka no mwaturangire
umfa muntu wandi for example pama election day balipe kungo mu broad daylight ero lele batiyo ni kwisama mwene po opposition abaipe kungo ni bana
kuli jendo kungo
abaipe kungo ni bana temwe ba UPND ero ise mkunje batiyo ba UPND opposition
chashitike kokwisa aba bantu ngabaranzire batayari balirikine ama election muto musango because no we know naye narevuga ati naye mfu
kairi ebale ibano kwibabo bene
neba tureka chula ichakwe bati tatukwete n'inshire yako bati twasungira mu rupwa oyo kwino kuchula nakupatula n'abantu muremuna tetu kwata kono fyaka tupele ko munobe nakobe nakachepa
awe
ine nsara na tupo
mupose kwa mano imwe bantu necho ndemilomba kuchakwa ati mupose kwa mano muikwato mwenso
kwa tayari kwa 2026 na kutalimpa no kutalimpa
kuti we can call for an early election so twakwata ma elections tapali what it's part of democracy
yachinga wamano kuwa masani tuchilisha kwa party metaka twakwete kwa early election tuwafike kwa 2026 kwa lepa no muchushu
let's call for an early election. It's part of democracy. There is nothing wrong. Now, Hakainde Hichilema he was calling for early elections. Natotera muntu wanti. We can go for early elections. There is nothing wrong. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, Mr. Tayali, how are you?
Fine, my brother.
Yeah. No, this is Mr. Mkosa.
Yes, Mr. Mkosa. I know you, my brother. I know you.
No, I just wanted to tell you that
The only thing that you did in your life that I can recommend you is you coming on like about priest. You did well.
Now listen, Mukosa.
No, I just wanted to let you know that I do recommend you
No,
what you did.
listen.
For you, like about priest, because your character doesn't match of you of somebody who is a priest or who is a priest. So you did.
Mwana Mukosa, I'm the one that is in charge here. So take stampo kula tarikana. You don't know me. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Murishani wa president.
Buna fashion na.
Hello, Murishani kwa.
Yeah, I'm quiet.
Tulife mwendo yuko. Sure. Awe, ini nebo Francis ndeto mina kuno kukablonga. Yeah. Awe, natotera sana ifo mwaisa hapa. Mletu na mtushingula. Echo na mwana pofe ichikalamba. Ida point mwana ndile mairo ati. Ifwe ama leaders so I think naba kwata sana omwenso mwe ifile chitika kuliba the just society kulia samba asala no muntu kwa kwefidia all of us bonse ba PF kapele banani uko balife quiet balife mama media kuma media mama a problem why can't they call a meeting whereby all of us will go there just to force there's no way ba register society balia mukusuminesha kwa sampa balia kana abantu bali straight forward and nini ifanye natuika tulife mu media namcho kile kalipasana ifiko where are we and as leaders ngatukala basenda tababeni abantu fiko that no limbi kuntanshifika babwino I'm telling you my days yaleya for me ngana that TNU we need to regroup ourselves more than UPND that's why we bale shoot because these UPND people they were coming together to come and force bamonekera mwana balungu kwa tilimbiti ni badaba kwa batimbia aleshuta abantu kuchitashani ba UPND they were forcing
you know mwana lolela ko panono now ishba lolela ko panono you know if you are under you know abantu ba PF bali bachitale but they were very aggressive, they were violent. The people were violent niba UPND by PF bale stafe react wamon but by PF bali monekera mokwati ebali violent by UPND ebali violent. They were very violent. That's why they killed a man like Lungu in broad daylight. That bali very aggressive. So fishing kefuleland atukuta mfembwa nenseko
sure
atukuta mfembwa mbwene nseko namapi
just imagine sure samba kwate power Sampa kwate power kuchira ba PF bonzi aleba soka no kubasoka sampa na balita mu media ngabaisa balita mu media. I think our president, these guys, they have to pull up their socks. We come together. For us, we are ready even to come. If they just come and speak, even tomorrow we can go and group. Chapo nga kufa tukafika bila continue kwa ikala life ya msango hiyo.
Ero ndalandaine atama politics temukoti ama politics temukoti bantu bamwe abantu bali koserera sana makoti maosa mpateni kumakoti ama politics temukoti ndemieba ulyashima fumu o ama judges ama major streets they are controlled. You don't have to rely on the courts some of these things. Abanani bali stefya ulokulondoloka imamu ikanefa kumakoti
Bantu bonse tuwakonka kukoti bila twayayimina full mleja wanangujaji kucha chitatu kisha bonse ngatwaya kulu
bebe
nangule get for society bonse ngatwaya pane just society pada kulipya wengi pada mlenja uja kucha chitatu kucha kukana
bakamba kono kumitina bali miderera ba PF bali miderera
kote kona maka
kwatita muri ba former ruling party sure efo ndera tibalungu ikwankwanyeni na chise china chipera fyechi inga mukonkanye befinefe ya mutaradira tapali oko mukaya Hakainde Hichilema will continue ruling ngani Hakainde Hichilema. Do you think this could happen to Hakainde Hichilema when he was in opposition? Do you think when Hakainde Hichilema was in opposition could Gary Nkombo do such a thing? No, thank you, Mwana.
Titi, batambaenda mukwenda endera musaka.
Thank you, Mwana. Thank you.
Mr. President, sure. Sure.
Yeah. No, that he has a point. He has a point. Some of these things, kufuru wako, mwafuru wako. Hello?
Mr. Tayali.
Mwabombeni mkoe. Yeah, mkoe mwabombeni.
Mkoe, badari. Ndaya babu kutaba maisha kwa kuiwe. How far ewa government epo yawe?
Bali bamukoti abantu. Kwali wo bayikatawa bamukoti.
Baba mukoti. Shall not go. Quiet.
Muka checking, but there are people that I know that they are in court. The question is how many and what will happen to them. So that's why you need to take interest. In broad daylight. So you need to take keen interest about it.
And the other thing, I didn't want to go back to because this country, to be honest, and that is impossible servant, but to bring the mood of people. The country has been divided, just starting from the police. But as civil servant, I'm telling you, you can tell. Now, my supervisor over. I think what you are doing in this country is bad, to be honest. We think what if in these other countries are stupid or whatever. The same thing which caused the havoc in the country. To be honest, you politician, I think give us a proper direction, to be honest with you, because in the very near future, things can be bad in Zambia. Things can be bad in Zambia. Because one thing we should understand, Church has got his own people, and ECA has got his own people. These are only politicians or big-headed people we have in Zambia. We only have two people, and these two people, they have their own groups. If anything triggered, I don't know, man, to be honest with you. I'm scared. You politician, help us.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Tayali.
Good evening.
Yes, I just also want to make a contribution on the governance of the government. I think we have seen a lot of people under policy education, teacher recruitment and nurses as a campaign message. What about those who are teacher against the nurses? The information is showing up there. The information is showing up there because it's about the rest of the I want to talk about the economy. I want to talk about the 120 of our people are here. Also, when we look at the business community, most of the business communities are not disappointed with the current governance of the government because people are not making profits in their businesses. So, I think what you are saying, I think I'm following you. And decide time people open up the eyes, yes. Those who are very patriotic, things are not okay. Unless those who are inclined to the president, but otherwise a normal person. So I don't know, cannot support it. Good night, thank you.
Thank you. If you don't have Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I like it when I hear a female voice.
Yes, Mr. President, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Please go ahead.
Please, thank you so much. When I need the pass, you talk to the Chama made to Lako. It's Palakasa. I'm quiet. Next to Bombay. If we know Pana, whoever wants abantu benshi bakwinjira ekyomukozesa niyepo okutwisula emitwe pakweva ti bonse kweva nti twishire okweva chocho twiminineko ni chinji nga yaisasita twesi bonse tukese sala bwino okukireture elo chinjo kinatulako okulanda konichide ekyo badya batilanda ati chawamata mwali wa priest ukuba priest tabapati nangu fyeno odina abana mwana tetupatikisha omwana ati lero wala abati
ya chashupa yaptuke hello yes please
President mwaombeni
mkwai mwaombasha naye
wino fi inendefa niwo maiko kusolwezi kuno
okay
nendefa kula kumishita komendi nchitomulevo mbaikulu sana kuno kusolwezi abantu balechula ero buteko obu na ukwata sana segregation na masivo sevansi bonse mukasanga tingani pasukuru positions bose balipera febeka wakaondeva kuno northwestern nga walifumavyo okukumbi ngani kuisteni kunorthern tawakushite consider even if walikwata qualification
ishino nshikunomba pakuingira enchito balero shapali surname sure when did it ever happen pama surname
ukasanga tini headmaster ni senior teacher takwete qualification senior common teacher nakwata qualification but tete vamuvike pamuru paradise because ni mutundumbi then the other thing ni ine akutrationa tuingisha sana vana vachita consider sana ama civil servants ukuingisha nchito ngamu private sector eva vota feveka ama civil servants
imagine
kwali wana makampani amoya kuti these are non-pensionable employees kwa vati every year vamipera ko pa last year vamipera ko kada varanda tika graduate va PF valirundireko yareva 10% vasarundako 15 akava 25%. Lintu valechita campaign in 2021 vari promisira vantu vati twamirunda 25% because imwe vantu imwe you are non-pensionable kuti tuinotupia vamipera pa last year etupia twenu apo ko vaichira vaHH tatwatala umfu apo vabrenda tamba vapitafyo mumusewo
imagine
so katuishu kuteko katuishu fochara natotera vapresident
mkwai 10 twime let's make sure that we kick out these people out of power
hapana tuima paswe kana kuno kuina vantu
mwilatina vane mwilatina
tapari nokutina tulinavona nukuno tulinavona nunavene kuno navamona vale manga pani palainira time ulandeko pali PF nangushani kukupono inonshita
natotera mkwai hello
Mr. President.
yes sir
My name is Msonda. I'm calling from Lusaka.
yes landisheni ko vamsonda
Uwafia mungwa panomba.
vamsonda ishile umfwa hello please try to speak up when you are talking because I mean other people have to hear. Hello. Mkwai landisheni komule landishako so that abantu bale umfwa
Mwasebenza bwanje wa president.
Bwino nanga imwe mwasebenza kwa
Yasebenza bwino.
ziko
abapresident ese tufuna ofusaako kaire ni kudala tinamba kukamba peminayamba kuti chita advise speaker ngaleko chewandemwe tachitako cheka action kang'ono chabe action movie vini so that nawe baona kuti naise kazi tifuna freedom manje aliyesu wakamba walonga stika ngaleko na action movie one day chabe so that nawe maybe UPND wangatone kuti maybe tilimaningi dawa
muyopa problem. That's why naife bamene tifuna kulimbikira mutilengeza kuti titiambe kuyopa mwaona and chamene bafuna, they don't want people to come up, they want it to threaten people, they want to scare people. That's what they want. They want to scare people.
Us as youths, we are there. If you can just mobilize us, we don't know where to start from.
Aye.
But in a team, what you know, they also tikakumane ngati nipa tiapo. Ibili chape kuti bakagwele na mafuti, se tilipe mafuti chape na manaifi ya munyumba ya mene timajibira kome mandia. Yo bunta. Wakaona tistima yo pa vini futi na manaifi tingala nise na isi.
So nikakamba ati nibwera pa Saturday nifuna wonse mukabwele pa Saturday kunipokelera mungabwele.
Na Saturday chedwe vini mailo so tingagone pa airport.
Aye. So that mwanipokelera kaili so that baona ati uyu muntu bamusupporta abantu aba so bakondwera na bamene pichitika mu government because kaili chifukwa you don't come to defend me, that's why mama nikwira manje ngati if you are defending me kangakaleka opportunities kamene kaja kolangisa kuti muli serious.
Ise tiri kwa president ngati kairi tizo kuti mukatichaira pa Facebook vambiri vazaita nani but kuti chabe monga namba yanga so machako WhatsApp chabe kuti deya so ni bwera waje we muziva chabe taenda chabe siwazaziwa no ziva zawa chabe tabara na combat kazi mkati muli manaifi yonola mani na tutemo.
Manje ni nkondo kungakana na tutemo manje ni nkondo yo manje.
Akawe baza bwana na mafuti. Nisema ni tutemo na wale namo manje moka ku Mozambique. Baza bwana na mafuti kai.
Peace ni yofunikira. Tifunika takonza peace, but we don't have to tolerate nonsense. We need peace in Zambia, but we don't have to tolerate nonsense.
But peace na mene kai wewe watisiriza peace every day. Watisiriza peace na so pano ukadiare ronsima mairo kulibeko kuenda ku toilet 3 days. Usikia kutini kaenda ku toilet mairo za jaja.
Zikomo. Zikomo. Hello.
Ukadiare ronsima mairo kulibeko kuenda ku toilet 3 days.
Ya bantu wakambai.
Hello.
Apa mwamfika
na wela nine msonda
bamusonda pa mwamfika nambalandeni
kwena icho mbwene kofio obwapyo bukalamba sana awushupire kuri government. I think tribalism yashupa
ale icho chintu
Pantunga mwamona nangupe abana bapa maskulu apa paunza nga balefo akuti bayachita verify paunza pali abale pasa abale kwanisha okukiriya bwino bafire bakwata amashina yali ayene yo text tulumbule but bambya balepona ke munandwa wakuwe bati bale chitapa ipi mutundu nangupe PF ine yo PF iyo because bali monokwe bati mu PF mwafula ababemba n'abakuchipata so eba ikatiyanga napine UPND ya mwafula abatonga n'abakunanikane so ichiri popala te PF balelwisha na kalya iyo icho balelwisha mutunduyo because mwali tontonkanya kofi okay for example fe PF nga mwali fi election abalozi nangu abatonga bushenga bali lwapo efyo bali lwisha kwa okay bale lwishanya ngatabati tetona kali so uyo mulimo muimisho oyo twalilire mwinenuka na ifo bene tukala yapine tukala isha to twinga kwanisha na ifo kwa tichalo cheta pantani na bantu irenga na alifyo mutonga bwino fenga bandalanda nokuba against na ba HH bene abo because one if you bachita bale chita ba setting afidavita mu kisungu ati a bad president whereby abantu bali abayiche na kuliko abayiche bamwe abakweta ama aspirations yakwisa mukwikana palya pamupando. So number is pushing their like too far, because if you feel case certificate limbiaisa mukwimini no mwayiche ulya tukala send ama reference ya no kuchitali fair ko bata ilo to bapero mpando. This is what happened. So kwena nabambi balande ko kwena na totera ba president.
Yeah, I'm quite. But one thing I want to emphasize out of what Bamsonda said is that not all Tongas agree with Hakainde Hichilema. No. Me, I know very good Tongas, very reasonable Tongas who do not agree with Hakainde Hichilema. So to stigmatize our Tonga yo, there are a lot of good Tongas who do not agree with the nonsense that is going on. Hello?
President Magombashana.
Wuna fima wombe nine.
Na womba fe wena president. Awe tuwe konka program we tuwe kuchika. But ni kwa tako fe chip show chigoba president.
Mkwai.
Pari ya mlea mnokula chawe apa anga muntu kuinga weka shitapo uinga wombako na nguro kuinga wofya pari ino time ni Lungu. Number question yakwe bati since bamao sampa bali poka party ya ushewa Lungu akanga kuimakana bakemakana pari party nshi
au apati na mwishiba filefya kwa mao sampa tafikwe tenchi tu ukuiminina president kuti waiminina nangufeta uli pali party kuti waiminina constitution tetiku kanye iyo so mwirasa kama nati yo bakeminina pali party nsha kuti waiminina kwa gula party so kuti waiminina kuti waiminina as a president tayakanya constitution nga mwa checkinga pama qualifications ya u president tabaye bapo ati ufiro kuba member we party kuti waiminina as long as now kwanishe miaka, as long as now kwata grade 12 as long as now kwata ma supporters chapwa tu waiminina so muisa kama now
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for Sambirira.
Na totera.
All right.
Hello?
Tayali wa Tayali.
Wina version 9.
We know. Ya na steko contribute na lero.
London kwa London.
Mko ndepo kutita.
Ya ba. Ya putuka. Hello?
Hello, Tayali Mishan.
Wina version 9.
Wina. Never muta. Ndepo kulanda ko. Bali sire landa wa boss. Ofa mlanda financeshi sire on cafe gwino. But still chinde from landa sire bakwati for the most part it's about you Batayali. And when go chance first second and of panon. Time wale support ba HH. Right? Mali support about HH, and then all of a sudden, ma change a foot mambo support ba Lungu. Number, if mule support ba Lungu inoishita, nishishi ba Lungu for ba kesa chita, effort about chitire muli 7 years about to take it. Nishishi ba finto fa kesa chita. So, you don't think there can be another person who our president apart from Lungu?
Okay, lekeni mi asuke. And let's have a very civilized conversation. You have asked a very good question first to say, Busheba Lungu, finish bakesa chitofuta bachitire. I mean, the fact is that at the moment, what we are looking for leadership. We don't have leadership muri ba Hakainde Hichilema. Now, that leadership, na inewe ne kuti na leader, na inewe ne pano ne Chilufya Tayali, kuti na leader, na shwa ntembo kuti leader, na ba sapiba sikota kuti leader, na brani mundu bile kuti leader. But advantage ba Lungu wakwete among all of us, yakweba naba kwata experience, that is number 1. Naba kwata experience, so nga baba palya, fimo wafu mfide finto fo balu fieni, kwa fimo ko tabachitire bwino. he can do it differently. And then kulifimofo batampire, which of course have stalled ever since he left power. A lot of things have stalled. For example, developmental projects, okay? They have stalled. So those things, Lungu, he can come and continue. But then, the next question that you have asked to say, isn't there anybody else that you can think of? Of course, like I've said, that there are a number of people. There are a number of people, including myself. The issue is that at the moment, we need a leader that can unify the country. We need a leader who can unify the country. Now, that is not an easy task. Inenga na yapo na Chilufya nefine bale nchita kirikiti umutima ulevira uka. I can come and start sorting out abashanshani whatever. So we need somebody who kwete experience. And Balungu na imwewe na pomuli, you can agree with me that Balungu bali kwata, you know, he has that temperament. He has that maturity. Balungu doesn't act emotionally very quickly. Mulebu kishapali kaiza zulu, toleba kaiza zulu mutamfieni, it took time. Tamfieni Amos Chanda, it took time. Tamfieni Chitotela, it took time. So that temperament is good, because we don't need somebody who can say that bali ngishisa na watonga out. We don't need that. We don't need that. Because abatonga, let me finish. Abatonga na bena, they are Zambians. Abalos na bena, they are Zambians. So if you are vindictive, that wouldn't be good. And Balungu looks like he has that temperament. And then the other thing is, since he's uniting the country, we need to look at, for example, the constitution. The constitution needs to be looked at. And Balungu, he has got the experience. And then number two, is the best person because Balungu, he only has 5 years. So he can help us sort out the constitution, and then we can continue. So in short, I'm basically saying that we have got many people who can be leaders. But for the meantime, we need somebody that has got experience. We need somebody who has got a good temperament. We need somebody who will not stay for too long. You know, he can only be there for a short time, help us, and then we continue. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Now, first in that part about UPND. But UPND has been in government for only maybe going to 3 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it's not enough time to fix everything that we expected them to fix?
Let me answer that, my brother. You are asking a very good question. I like that. It is true, but by UPND, they have only been in power for only 2.5 years. Only 2.5 years.
Yes.
And surely you cannot expect that by UPND they can do what PF did in 10 years. No, it is unreasonable.
Right.
Okay? But the problem that is there is that, you know, when you take over leadership, you must be able to show direction where you are going. You see? People must be able to see layer. You can't come into power and you keep talking to say, I'll build the schools, but you can't show where the money is going to come from. You can't show where you are going to build those schools. You can't say, I've come into power, I'm going to reduce the cost of living. And yet you can't show the people what you are doing to bring down the cost of living. You can't show. So, ngapali direction, chawa kwati mukashana. Mukashana, ngawafuayo mukashana. You know, you look for a girl, you want to marry. Not all of us marry a girl and we are rich. But, you know what, my dear, I don't have money. But I've got a plan. I want us to start business. Okay? No konka fumiembia. Ndefo kutampoku ukupanga ifitumbua. And ngatwamo upanga ifitumbua tukapata profit. Ngatokata profit tukesaviko. You know? Umkashana alolesha tawo na upata plan. Ba UPND tawakwete plan. What is their plan? Their plan is IMF. Na ba musokotwane bali landire. Bali bepishe parliament. What is your alternative if not IMF? Bamsokotwane that we don't have an alternative. Our alternative is IMF. Na Hakainde Hichilema, talanda po fimbi, alanda fipali IMF. But that IMF is causing terrible suffering on us. And the direction doesn't look good. So we are basing on the leadership that they are giving us and the direction that they are giving us. It doesn't look like they can sort out things. That is why we are criticizing them. Not because they have been in power only for 2 years. No. We are saying leadership is not there. They are not giving us direction. Yeah. Therefore, they don't give us hope.
Okay, just one last thing.
Yes, my
to
brother.
me, this is my opinion.
Yes, please, you are free.
My opinion is, since UPND has only been in government for a short period of time, I think we needed to give them a little bit of time just to see Okobengachita in the next couple years, right? Because Tayali is a politician. You know how politics work.
Yes.
So ngatwaranda tukesewesha, let's say my projects bambiri ba UPND. Ngatwasaranda tukesewesha for another government in the next 5 years. If you tukala bakwati, my projects are bambiri ba UPND ya iminina. Just like what UPND did kuri ba PF. My projects ya bambiri ba PF ya iminina. Me efo ikesaba tukesebika po government in before ama projects yabo ya keminine. So there will be no development because bonse kukalaba kuilanga kwati they are the ones doing something for Zambians, unlike the previous government. So my opinion was maybe if we can give them enough time to see, direction where they are, and then we can figure out something. Otherwise, that was just my opinion.
My brother, I thank you for your opinion. That is democracy. You need to have an opinion. It's good to have it than not to have it. So thank you very much. I've given you my opinion. You have your opinion. I appreciate. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my brother.
Sorry, how are you, Tayali? Sorry.
No, please, go ahead, my brother. You didn't speak. Go ahead.
Yes, but what can we do as people, we the people that are voting leaders, so that when we vote for a leader, the judiciary is respected, the police is respected, the SEC is respected, the three arms of, let me just put the three arms of governance are respected. What can we change so that, it's like more like if we want to using to a voter. Me, I don't remember the last time my MP came to my constituents. I don't remember. But during my elections, pressure. What can we change as a country so that if things start moving? Because look, you are tabling an issue pertaining to problems evacuated by UPNG, whereby they are not delivering. But at the same time, there is a reason why they are not delivering. It's because they have failed. If we because it seems even our rights, Bill of Rights, you have got the right to assembly, you have got the right to association, you have got all these non-candidatable. But in our land, treason, where are we going as a country? So, what can we do that even police they start operating professionally? Because
thank you, my brother. I've heard your question. I've heard your question. Let me respond. And it's a very important question. Right. It's a very important question. What do we do as people? What are we going to do? This is why, number one, a country is ruled by a constitution. A country is ruled by a constitution. And the constitution must be followed. So the first thing is that in this country, we need to look at the constitution. And our constitution has got weaknesses. Weaknesses, for example, where the president has got too much powers. Okay? Such that Ama judges, they are not independent. We think that the judges are independent, but they are not independent. Judges of whatever. So we must have a system.
Yes, on the judges, I think they shouldn't be appointed by the president. We the people, point forward to a step point.
Exactly. If you're if you are ngachakubati twakwata system yakubati ama judges balesarana abantu wamona not president kuti chawama. That is number one. Number two, bakapokola nabo bene, they must be able to be professional. Abakobati ba IG n'abakwatamaka ayakobati kuti bayikata na minister wamona efo chifuire ukuba. So number one ni constitution mune constitution divire to alolekesha number aba UPND epo bayishira mpawa tabalana bali constitution iyo bali ko opposition bali under to constitution tukisa bali shoot bill 10 mule kusha bill 10 bali shootire ati yonga twaisa ifo tukisa tampa constitution yimbi na nomba tapali finistika. So that's why in the can push mwana. That's why in the land dokobati chirefa ikati twasala kateka ukweto mutima wamona na commitment na commitment ya kuchinja constitution ya kwa naishibata okay kambafu ekofia and echo ndera ndiloko bati ine nechiruva Tayali nangu brani mulubire nangu Jackson Silavu. We might not be good because it will be first time wamona balungu na wabata kwa ila experience so kuti batwafu ako ukupanga constitution. But then padina chimbi wana ulande chintu ichumasa no bakunda fyafiri kwa fyonzefu. What do we do? Ndefo kulando kwebati ifona ifo fweba tulefulwa ko limo twafulwa ukwebati tafuweme. For example, what can we do? We can demonstrate. Demonstrations are part of democracy. We should not be stopped from demonstrating. If people are not happy, people should be allowed to demonstrate. So where things fyakanika, we should be able to demonstrate peacefully. Zambians bali tutitikisha. We don't even think about demonstrations, but I want to tell you that demonstrations, they are part of democracy. We should be able to demonstrate. So tulapo ngafati yo bakapokola watu kanya watu sometimes kufu mafya mwafuma na bakapokola bene bayisa mwabe bati joineni not kuwoma mwabe bati joineni
Okay, then I just want to guide you on something there. You being the Nankani who's handling the show, there's some callers that have heard that when they go in the wrong Nankani, you must at least tell them to retract their statements because they might throw things in your mouth which you haven't allowed on your.
No, but you heard me that you heard me. I corrected that. I did correct. I said we need peace. So yes, I did correct. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Mr. President.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. I just want to contribute a bit.
Where are you calling us from? I just see this number.
I think when you see the code it will tell you.
Okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes. Yes, yes. As you said earlier on, our constitution, it has got a lot of lacunas. It needs to be amended. That constitution is a colonial one, old constitution. It has given a lot of powers to the president. You see, because as the previous caller said, there is no way the president can appoint the chief justice.
Imagine.
Once he does that, which means judiciary has already been compromised. It's not supposed to be like that. Look at the way the police are doing. They are arresting people anyhow. Because of what? Our constitution is too weak. It has given a lot of powers to the president. Believe me, I wish we can have a president one day who's going to be bold enough and look at the constitution. It needs to be overhauled. It has got a lot of loopholes. That's why you've seen all these things which are happening right now is because of the constitution.
Yeah.
I think that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, and thank you for following.
You're welcome.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes, Mr. President, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. This is Brian speaking. I want to talk about the
Hello?
the network bad. Hello?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now.
Yes. Sir, I think things are not okay about these younger drivers on the ground there. This transport minister, Frank Tayali, I don't think he has any good idea about these youths. Because when you look at the prices of Yango, the prices are low.
My brother, the issue of Yango, this issue has been coming on my fora, has been coming to me. The issue for me, I have told you, Yango doesn't have vehicles. They don't have vehicles. It is you people who give them vehicles. It is you people who subject yourselves for them to treat you like that. Why don't you call for a countrywide stoppage of giving Yango vehicles, such that one day there are no Yango drivers working? Why don't you do that? Why do you keep on complaining about Yango, and yet why do you give them vehicles? Don't give them vehicles. Cancel. Leave that up. Then Yango will listen to you. But you keep complaining, but you never pay them your talk. Umuntu ulenda long distance at 15 kwacha, long distance at 20 kwacha, and you keep going there, but you are complaining, and yet it's your vehicle. Ni mwewe mweka, eku puala la ndanda poku. Eku puala la ndanda poku, fwebe na Zambia, tu ali puala la. You, moto kayobe wa ishtila moto kayobe. Wa amku pera, wa amku ita subscribe kulika company. And you are not getting anything. At the end of the day, you are losing ama spare parts, you are losing ama tires. It's very bad. Why are you giving them vehicles to Yango? Stop giving them vehicles.
It's really bad, but the way the minister answered the drivers, it was very, very bad.
I don't even want to talk about the minister. I don't even want to talk about the minister. It is you. Stop giving them vehicles. That's it. Stop giving them vehicles. Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
hello,
yes.
Good evening, Mr. President, and how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Yes. No, it's just that today I'm late. I could not follow you, but I think for the previous two programs I've been following.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I want to say that I don't hate HH, neither do I hate Lungu. But the thing is that why we are the times are trying to point at him, it's because of the experience, and he has learned from his mistakes. So when he goes there, he's able he knows that he's going to mess up when again he messes up. So he knows he has got the experience, he has got the expertise. So what we need for our country to change is to have such kind of an experienced person to be there. Otherwise, at the moment, they have failed. And those people that are saying they have just ruled for 2 years, 6 months, don't they remember that within 2 years, Michael Chilufya launched 8,000 links Zambia? We started seeing those projects. Launched the construction of hospitals. He showed the direction that we are going to have these things. We are going to have these things. We are going to have these things. You know, within 2-3 years there was that change, and Lungu just came and finished whatever was made to be done. You know, so we are in trouble right now, and we need someone to unify, and we need an experienced person. That is the only way we are going to get out of this ditch, where we are right now. So otherwise, I encourage you, I wish you well in your journey and in everything that you are putting up out there, and be strong and whatever pressure will come on your way, please face it as it comes, but know that God is on your side.
Thank you.
Know that nothing will happen on you until we achieve that which we want to achieve.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Kelvin from Kawambo.
Yes, sir. Kelvin.
And actually your program is very educative, and some of us know what we can for news if it is ZNBC. If only in the we are able to be updated about what is happening around the country. So it's a very educative program, and yourself, you are very much informative. Just keep it up to do the work that you are doing. But I just quickly want to ask you something.
Yes.
About I've been expecting you to talk to discuss it. Now, the issue has been quiet.
Which one?
God basanga God basanga na kopa. Now on international news, Zambia was discussed.
Yes.
Yes, of which we've heard Bill Gates and Camilla. They are even fighting over it. Now the issue has been too quiet because we need to benefit as Zambians, but nothing has been discussed over it. So if it were Mishiba, we should so on what is happening. If you've not followed it up, I would like you to discuss it.
Muntu, I want to say thank you very much for bringing that to my attention. I know about it, but I didn't consider it. But I spoke about it earlier on to say I want to discuss the mines. So I will talk about that. I'm actually putting it in my diary so that I can do a research and make a presentation on it. Basically, and I want to inform everyone that you can suggest topics for me to discuss. I like to research. Once I make calls here and there, I'll be bringing those issues and discuss them objectively as a patriotic Zambian. So thank you very much on that one. I'll definitely come back to it, probably next week.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a productive night.
You too, my dear. Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. Tayali.
Good evening.
I just want to make a contribution.
Yes.
Yeah, on the issue of how to reduce the powers of the president. Yeah, just the topic I had with my colleague on Monday, where I suggested that for us to be safe, for the three wings of government to be independent, one, can we subject the Chief Justice to be also elected so that we say, the qualifications for one to stand as a Chief Justice should be maybe 20 years experience as a judge.
Yeah.
And that person should be independent, meaning that that person, when elected, the winner becomes the Chief Justice. Becomes the Deputy Chief Justice. And these two shall be responsible for appointing judges. Meaning that the judiciary is completely independent. The president can't fire the Chief Justice, can't fire a judge. Then coming to this, also the speaker should be elected, and the qualification should be someone who has been a judge for 15 to 20 years, or someone who has been a member of parliament with a lot of experience, like Mwimbu, Rubinda, and the rest, those who have done maybe more than 3 terms in parliament. And they should be independent. Meaning that the executive arm of the government will not interfere with the speaker, because the speaker will have the mandate from the people. And the Chief Justice also will have the mandate from the people. By so doing, it means the executive won't interfere with these other wings.
Yeah. So, my brother, you are very right. Yes. Let me, just I think 2 or 3 days I was in South Africa. I think like what they do in South Africa is very good. In South Africa, judges, including the Chief Justice, they apply. So there is an advert, and then they apply. And when they apply, they are interviewed by members of parliament. Members of parliament coming from all political parties. Okay? They are interviewed publicly. Nama cameras yaliko, journalists are there, and they are asked questions. And from there, that is how they select a judge and the Chief Justice. So for me, that is one way that we can use. So I agree with you. We need a situation where, people are the ones who are choosing these judges. Hello?
Hello, good evening, Watad.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
So this is Jim. I'm calling in from Chipata.
Okay.
Chilufya, I started following you when you had Zambia Voice.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to at some growing up, you used to inspire me. We used to look at, we have some kind of youth who are vibrant in this country. Then the future is bright, Zambia. Unfortunately, things have changed. I don't know, I want to be polite as I can be, Mr. Chilufya, but I don't know whether you have the right moral standing whatsoever to try and suggest that HH is worth in terms of what he has done in this country as compared to Edgar. I don't know, you're not living the time when Ethiopia was president. I don't know if you're not in the country or you're in another country where you were not working or seeing what was on the ground. For you not to see that Hakainde Hichilema has come
So, sir, wait a minute, sir. So, hello?
I can hear you, sir. Right.
Hello? Oh, you can hear?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, very good. I want us to have a good conversation. So, from your point of view, you are doubting my morality. Because I am supporting Edgar Chagwa. I'm saying Edgar Chagwa should come in. So, and you are doubting my morality. What about me if I doubt your morality in supporting Hakainde Hichilema when things are so bad in the country? What would you say?
Okay. So, thank you very much. So, in your answer, doubt my morality because of suggestion.
Yeah, we can't hear you properly. Please speak through the mic. I think you are using
I'm putting them. Sorry, I'm using the mic. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Better now.
Okay. So I was trying to say, in terms of morality, Tayali versus me. You supporting Edgar Lungu, you want him to come back, and me supporting Ed, who has done so much in this country. I'll give you just 2 examples. How many people were killed under the watch of Edgar Lungu when he was president? And tell me if the situation is the same today. This country is very peaceful. We don't have police brutality. A lot of things have happened. You've seen how these opposition guys have been there in the police. Have you ever think for what happened recently for Emmanuel Mwamba? And of course, that was confusion. The police must step up when there are problems in the country. But the police under PF the police at PF, if you want to be objective, was very bad, was very worse. And even if you go and ask police officers under the old regime, things were not okay. But now you have a president who has a heart for the country. Things are okay. Of course, there are challenges there and there. But in terms of comparing between here and the I don't know what you mean.
Okay. So my brother, I take it that is your view. Let's agree that is your view, isn't it? Okay, good. Now, let me give you my view. My view is that today we have a semblance of relative peace. And that peace is because the ones who were causing problems, the ones who were violent are in power. That is my view. UPND was very violent. Hakainde Hichilema. I'm giving you my view. You gave your view. Let me give you my view.
I'm not stopping you. I'm a believer of listening. So I'm listening to you now.
I heard you are making sounds. So I want you to hear now. Just like I heard. So my view is that Hakainde Hichilema and UPND, they were very aggressive. They were violent. And this brought about the clash between the cadres and the police. And I can give you an example. We have Mapatizia formula, where people died. You are saying how many people died? Yes, a number of people died. But how did they come into clash with the police? For example, the people that you talk about, like, Sama died, Francis died, those people, what happened? Hakainde Hichilema was called to go to police. And instead of going alone, Hakainde Hichilema went with more than 50 buses. And the police crashed. Let me finish, Baba. Let me finish. He was called. He was called and he went with more than 50 buses. And if you want to imagine, myself have been called to police many times. Imagine if I also went with 50 buses, what would happen? What would happen? Recently, Edgar Lungu went to see Nakachinda at Kawata police station. Edgar Lungu, he didn't have so many people around him. He didn't have not even 10 buses. Not even 10 buses. But far tear gases were thrown. You see? And then the other issue that you are talking about, to say the police are better. Me, where I am, I have been arrested 10 times. 10 times. And I've been raided. Boss, I'm giving you my views. I've been arrested 10 times. I've been raided in my house. In my house. They have broken my house. They have gone into. So how can you tell me who have gone through this? Okay, you are saying because I'm careless, because I'm talking. If the way you are talking yourself, do you think it is justified for police to come and raid your house, to come and destroy your house, to come and break doors? Do you think it is right?
I have not said anything at all that puts our country.
No, but do you think it is right?
Look at how many things you've been saying. Yeah? Look at how many things you've been saying back. Okay, you've spoken, I've heard you. I think the only opposition leader in this country. How many times have the police officer gone to Intercariba's house, for instance? Because you are not the only opposition.
Okay.
The biggest opposition.
Okay. I hear you. So let's change it. Let's change it. I'm not the only opposition, meaning I'm doing something wrong, isn't it?
Okay.
So what you are saying is that I'm not the only opposition, and yet these other opposition, they are not followed the way I'm followed, meaning I'm doing something wrong. Is that what you are trying to say?
In some instances, of course.
Okay, good. Very good. So now I want you to indict me. I want you to run me down cases that I've done, to say this is what you are doing. Give me the cases which justifies what the police are doing to me. Just give me 3.
So if you remember very well, I've said that I would be very unfair to suggest that every time you talk, you are careless. But in most instances where the police followed you, they had the belief, a strong belief.
No, you are supporting them. So you tell me, according to you, to say here, what you said was wrong. Tell me. 3, just 3.
So in support, so now I don't want you to tell my arguments. I want my arguments to be independent. In supporting the way the police is run in this country today, and I'm making a comparison, especially when ECA was president, saying the police is better today. And in most cases, it's because they are there by politicians. I don't want to single out yourself.
You say you don't want to single me out because you have already singled me out. You are saying you are not the only politician. So you have singled me out. I am the problem here. So now tell me what is my problem so that I change, my brother. Tell me what is my problem. I want to change. I want to live in peace. Tell me what is my problem.
So from the times that you've been searched by the police, you even appear in court, you are very certain that all the times there's nothing wrong that you have done.
That's why I'm telling you that tell me so that I can change. Tell me.
So look, just be an objective person. Just be an objective person. Criticize where it is due.
My brother, let me allow others. We have spoken for 10 minutes. I'm sure people have heard. You know, frankly speaking, I mean, the issue is that when everything is okay for you, you think it's okay. Because it's happening to Tayali, it's okay. But I can tell you that dictators, one day they will come for you. One day it will not be Chilufya Tayali. Many of you come here and accuse me this and that. But really, me, I just speak about national issues. I just offer checks and balances. When something is wrong, I talk about it. That's what I do. You want me to be praising Hakainde Hichilema. You don't want me to say things which are wrong. No, it's not supposed to be like that. That is not democracy. And I will not stop talking. I'll keep talking. Anyway, for tonight, basically I was trying to tell you that Hakainde Hichilema is worse than Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Is worse. Why is Hakainde Hichilema worse than Edgar Chagwa Lungu? Because the HH number 1 is looking at, he has policies, good policies for foreigners, and he has bad policies or no policies for the locals. This is the difference. And one example that I've given you is the IMF. Edgar Lungu, for a long time, he resisted, he refused the IMF. They would have signed, they would have reached far, but he refused because of the consequences of the IMF on the Zambian people. We are suffering right now mostly because of the policies that IMF has brought in. We have taken away subsidies from Zambians, but we have given subsidies to foreigners and rich people, which is not right. The other issue that I've said is that Hakainde Hichilema, he seems to be lost in leadership. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know where he's going. And therefore, we cannot be inspired that where we are going, Hakainde Hichilema will do things. He has already done 1.5 years or 2.5 years. These 2.5 years, he has shown that he has no direction. And definitely, there is nothing that he's going to do in the remaining time. Or what will be happening will be suffering. The other issue is how Hakainde Hichilema has divided this country. Much as tribalism was spoken about even during the time of RB, during the time of HH, during the time of Edgar Lungu, this time around, it is so apparent. We have more than 500 people Mwebantu, more than 500 people Mchalo. This is a fact. More than 500 people, civil servants who have been removed. Based on what? Most of them based on where they are coming from. This is not right. Go into the offices now. Go into government offices. The people who are there, they are coming from one region. Look at the government hierarchy. Most of them, they are coming from one region. The three arms of government is being controlled by people from one region. This is what the late president, our founding father, President Kaunda, spoke about. He didn't specify. He said, I am scared of that man. That man will divide the country. It has come to pass. Hakainde Hichilema has divided the country. Much as Edgar Lungu had his own weaknesses, certainly the country was not as bad. When you talk about the commodity prices, the economy as it is so bad. Because Hakainde Hichilema, the economy is based on IMF, which he doesn't even seem to understand. And apart from that, Hakainde Hichilema, it is a man that lives in his own dreams. He lives in his head. He lives a fake life, a mythomaniac life, life yavufi. Hakainde Hichilema keep lying. He's a man that will come and stand up and tell you lies. And the question that I'm asking is that, for how long are you Zambians going to accept ubufuwa wa Hakainde Hichilema? Baka mibepe you that you can't see. Are you going to allow Hakainde Hichilema to come back and lie to you again for another term? Instead of us saying, enough is enough. And I'm saying, Hakainde Hichilema, could to allow that no, enough is enough to amkuvota. But the other thing is also that we have to know that Hakainde Hichilema has employed a machinery, a rigging machinery. ECZ is a rigging machinery for Hakainde Hichilema. Some of the security people that he has put them there to protect him and not to protect the country. I am saying, Zambians, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be a civil servant. You could be Goigo. You could be a marketeer. You could be a soldier. You could be a police officer. You could be ZNS. You could be anything. As long as you are a Zambian, can we open our eyes and protect our democracy? Let us not allow Hakainde Hichilema to continue, even when he has not won an election. We know Hakainde Hichilema cannot win an election. And it is even very clear, even with the MPs, a number of MPs will not come back. And they will not come back because of Hakainde Hichilema. A lot of MPs are failing to function. They are failing to function because Hakainde Hichilema has not given them policies on which they can work well and help the people. Some of the MPs are good, but unfortunately, because of the bad policies of Hakainde Hichilema, a lot of MPs are going to lose. Therefore, at the end of the day, I am calling upon all Zambians. Let us protect our country. If it means us going for elections tomorrow, let us go to the elections. At times, we should be able to get up. We should be able to be serious and say, no, this is too much. We can even demonstrate, as long as we do it peacefully. Demonstrations are part of democracy. Tuila tina, vela tutinya. Ba maketia, fimwe fintunga takumseke elimu, mufile mwaima mwashita demonstrate. Muila tina. Chalo chenu, Zambia chalo chenu. Pantunga mule tina, mule nenusha na ifwe bene, fuba kosereko, mule tunenusha. So, koseni vane, let us defend our country. Let us put our country back on track. Now, Totela Sana, I'm grateful for your following. Please keep following me. Tomorrow I'll come back with another interesting topic which we'll talk about, and I'll open phone lines as usual so that you can also interact. I like it when people come and interact with me to oppose me. It is also good because that is what it should be. Umuntu ngakuchita opposite ko bati kumutumira bakapokola kulanda fena nkomo atarikana. At the end of the day, you reach somewhere. Not mambo kutuma bakapokola. I have not done anything wrong in that country. I have not done anything wrong in Zambia myself. I have not done anything. Talking is not a crime. It is part of our freedoms. So why are you pursuing me like a criminal? Just because I've spoken. Imira ndishonse nipa Facebook. Walandre pa Facebook. It's not supposed to be like that. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia.